This is Robert Goodman at Positive Strokes 2. As always, we try to keep it positive at all times. You know, there's so much going on nowadays in this world, so much pain, so much misery. We have to stay positive. We can't allow everything that affects around us to affect us to the point where we lose our focus on our everyday life. Our everyday life is that we make an income for ourselves and for our families, to take care of our families and stuff. So we can't let nothing get in the way of causing any type of problems or situations to divert us from our primary purpose, and that is taking care of ourselves and taking care of our loved ones. You know, a lot of times things look better across the street than it does at our own home. But that don't necessarily mean that that is true. Sometimes we focus on things that we think that'll be better for us, but if we do the research, we'll find out that it's very destructive and very harmful to ourselves. Do we pay attention to the decisions that we make? Do we give it serious thought? Do we think that we could possibly make a mistake because nobody's perfect in this world and we all make mistakes? Do we focus on that? Or do we think that we have the right of way or we know better than anything because we know? Do we know that our decision making can be totally 100% right? No, we do not. We only go by the information that we have and the way we was brought up to make a decision on the facts that we've learned in life. So sometimes we have to sit and watch everything, even ourselves, and examine our motives and situations that we make a decision to for ourselves or for our families. How will it benefit us? How will it be better for us? Will it be good or will it not? Some things take a lot of thought and some take no thought at all. But the point is that we have to check it all out. If we want to make the best decision under the circumstances that we in, then we must look at all things around us about that situation. For example, when you go to work, you know you're going to work with some of the people that don't want to work. Some come there, they fight hard and go extra mile just not to do no work. Well, you have some that's kissing the boss because that's the only way that they know that they can keep what they have or tell about other people what they're doing to keep the focus off themselves. You see, when you go to work, it's all about your performance. It's not about nobody else's performance but yours. It doesn't matter what anybody else do, that's on them. They come here to get a paycheck and do what they need to do. You come here to get a paycheck so you can get what you need, so you can do what you need to do. So it doesn't matter what another person say or do. At the end of the day, all you're concerned about is getting the money, so I do what I have to so I can do what I want. I make the money that I have so I can live the life that I want. And if the money that I'm making is not enough, then I have to figure out other options to make more so I can grow. By me growing, the loved ones around me grow. Everybody doesn't stay on top all the time until you get into a higher bracket of living where bills is not an issue. It's making the right decision to do what you have. To get to that point, it takes a lot of work. A lot of work, a lot of dedication. And you're going to learn a lot along the way. Because see, as you grow, the people around you are going to be watching. Some are going to be on the good foot with you, and some are going to be on the bad foot with you. Some people are going to want something from you, and some people are not going to want something from you. That's going to be their focus. Each individual will come at you in a different aspect, but you must pay attention to yourself and the things around you, and know what's real and what's not real. You can't make decisions on emotion because you're clouding your judgment. You must make decisions wisely and with facts, with evidence, not by congestion, not by just because how you feel or you think you feel. It doesn't work that way in our system because we'll always come up with the wrong decision and make the wrong decision, and then we will be into another ball of war that we don't even really want to get into. So why should we put ourselves through a step that we don't have to? It's very important that we pay close attention to our actions in each and everything we do each and every day. It's very, very, very important for us to do that, to make our lives better. So, today is a beautiful day. Look what I've accomplished up to this point in my life, and I'm happy about that. But I'm not satisfied because, see, I want to go to another level. So if I want to get to this another level, I have to do some work to get to that another level. I have to research my situation and figure out what's best for me. See, what happens is some people say that this situation may be good for you, but you got to realize that you got to find out what's good for you, what works for you, because every person is different. What works for one person doesn't necessarily mean that it's going to work for you. So you have to find your way, your spot, to be the best that you can be. Positive. Stay positive. When a person is constantly telling you about all their problems, all their situations, and they're constantly telling you about their problems, and constantly there's another problem that comes up, then another problem comes up, that means that they're more focused on the problems and not the solution. Or to overcome a problem, you must look for a solution. One problem, one situation at a time. God gave us 2 eyes, 2 hands, 2 feet, and 1 mind. So in giving us that, He's allowing us to use our brain power, our knowledge, and our infinite wisdom that He instilled in us so we can make a good decision by facing one problem at a time. We will come out with the best solution for that problem because we'll be focused once only on that one problem. And when we've done all we can do at this moment for that problem, then we move on to the next one. And we do all that we can do for that problem, and we move on to the next one. And so on and so on. That's the way things get done. Situations sitting around and saying, well, I wish I should have did this, I should have did that, or this happened this. It's not a time to sit and cry over what the mistakes that you've made. The mistake is important to a point, but what's more important is what you do after the mistake. Because see, nobody's perfect. We all make mistakes. So not every decision that you're going to make is going to be the right answer. And you must prepare yourself for that. So if it comes out to be the wrong answer and you made the wrong move, you don't cry over it. You get busy and figure out what would be your next step that would be beneficial to you and your family. Things to think about. You know, I know sometimes we get bogged down. Things happen unexpectedly, and it catches us off guard, and it makes us lose focus. That's why it's important when it happens and things take you off your regular norm, then that's what you have to do, is sit back and just do the next right thing. You might not know what the thing to do. You might not even know what move you can make. But the best thing to do under them circumstances at that particular time until you find a solution is to do the next right thing. Whether it's hard, difficult, you must do it. Some people say, don't do nothing. Just go through it. Sit down. Lay down. Relax. This too shall pass. And it works sometimes. But you have to stay positive when there's nothing to be positive about. That's a hard thing to do, to stay positive when everything you see around you is negative. If you do the next right thing, you'll overcome that and the blessing will be waiting for you on the other side. The blessing of life. Don't be so hard on yourself because you're just like anybody else. You're a human being. You make mistakes just like anybody else. But the point is that you're doing the best that you can to be a better person. Each and every time you make a mistake, you learn from that mistake and you move on. You don't get stuck on that plateau and use the same formula you've been doing for months, years. Because change is different. Everything that we face in life doesn't mean that we have to go down the same road. Or we take ourselves to a trip before we come out with a decision. We have to set aside our emotions and our feelings about everything that we do, and then we make a serious, sound decision about the problem. And it will come to pass that it will be beneficial to you. But if you act everything in emotion, then your decision making is going to be emotional. If you make a decision in anger, it's going to be because you're angry. It's going to be hurtful and vengeful. You want to get even. You want them to feel the pain that you feel. Unproductive. It hurts you more than it hurts them because you're the one that carries that pain with you on, and you don't let it go. And by you not letting it go, you just cloud your judgment on decisions that you will have to make because you never let go of the pain and you're not going to make a decision wisely and clearly. That's knowing ourselves. That's paying attention to ourselves. You know, another thing I want to share about is love. Before you can love somebody, you must love yourself and respect yourself. So, loving yourself and respecting yourself go hand in hand. You can love yourself, but you can be selfish. You can be destructive with that love. Because all you're searching is for is a good time and pleasure. Love and respect together is a powerful thing. Respect yourselves means you carry yourself in a certain way of respect. So when people talk to you and see you, they respect you because of the way you carry yourself. They don't think that you're a trick. They don't think that they're carrying game. They're not here to talk all that junk, jive, talk to you. None of that. Because you carry yourself in a certain way that you don't cater to those things. You don't cater to the negativity of others. You stay positive at all times. So I ask you and I say to you all that stay positive. You can grow quicker when you're positive, but when you have a whole lot of negative, there's no way you can go but backwards because you never solved any of the issues that come in your past. You just stuff them. And every time a situation comes near that, it just reenacts that feeling and that pain all over again, and that fear. And that fear will cause you to make bad decisions. Stay positive. Today, pat yourself on the back. Feel good about yourself that you woke up today. You lived another life. Another life. Every day is another life. A life to enjoy the pleasures that living has to offer to you. But you also have to be careful about the pleasures, because too much pleasure can cause a whole lot of pain and destroy your life. You have to be balanced in everything. You have to be balanced in work, sleep, eat. You have to be balanced on everything that you could possibly can. You must have a balanced schedule. It's just like a person that's working out to be a weightlifter. They eat a balanced meal that helps them be able to keep the proteins in their body and keep their muscles strong and build their muscles up, so they can be in competition, so they can do what they love. So it takes discipline, repetition. Same thing with life in general. All things to come to pass for you, it takes repetition. It takes keeping yourself positive and keep going in the same direction that you need to go to get where you need to be. You can't let nothing or no one stand in your way to get where you need to be. You have to stay positive. It's up to you. Nobody else. The best person that can help themselves is you. Nobody else. You have to keep an open mind, open thoughts, evaluate each situation. Sometimes it's better to listen than speak. Most of the time, you must learn how to listen. Listen to what a person is saying. Pay attention to what they're saying. And if you listen right, you'll understand exactly where they're coming from without asking. Because you paid attention to what's coming out of their mouth and how they feel and how they're expressing themselves. Their mannerism, how they raise their voice, their body function, when they're expressing themselves with passion. If you pay attention to your around you, the circumstances and situations in that level, you become a very, very, very smart person. Real fast. Why? Because you know a lot more than a lot of people do, because you're paying attention. People listen, but they don't pay attention. Positive strokes. My aim is to help you grow so you can be the best that you can be for you. And once you be the best for yourself, you're the best for your loved ones, your friends, and people that come in contact with you. You have a gift. Find your gift. That's what you're here for, to express the gift that was given to you, so you can be the best that you can be, so you can live a beautiful life. This is Positive Strokes. This is RG. You have a great day, and remember, treat yourself, but don't never, never, never hurt yourself.